A new year means a whole slew of fun fashion trends to try and to incorporate into your already fabulous wardrobe. What silhouettes, fabrics, colors, and concepts will reign supreme in 2018? And what sort of wardrobe updates do you need to do? Here's what fashion experts expect to make the biggest splashes in the new year. 70s-inspired fashion. Fashion trends and details from decades past are always cyclical. Nostalgia for the 90s has been dominating pop culture for the past few years, with the era's music and fashion being more visible in both high-end stores and in the malls. But in 2018, it looks like the era of style to make a big comeback will be the 70s, when things were groovy and more low-key.
It's all happening.
It's all happening. It's all happening.
So feel free to hit the vintage shops and scoop up some of those elongated collar blouses, peasant tops, and retro color palette pieces, because it looks like we're all going to be taking a trip back to Funky Town together, fashion-wise. Nerd chic. The Star Wars hype that's currently infiltrating pop culture has generated several co-branded fashion and beauty lines in 2017. But fangirl and nerd chic styles aren't exclusively related to films that cruise into the multiplexes.
And my chucks have baby farm animals on them.
In fact, nerd chic will continue to assert itself in 2018 beyond the realm of graphic tees, with attire and silhouettes long associated with nerdiness and the collegiate environment making a stay. One example of such is seen in Rihanna's recent Puma Fenty University collection, which shifts geekwear to a high-fashion skew. So get your nerd on in the new year with glee. Geometric minimalism. Stark shapes will influence fashion in the new year as well, especially when it comes to accessories. The trick will be to skew towards minimalism, but still incorporate clunky patterns like hexagons and diamonds in fashion, fine jewelry, and even home decor. Also look for those bold shapes to be complemented by simple trimming and eye-popping colors to make them stand out even more. Denim on denim. Jeans have been a staple of every wardrobe for generations. But while the denim on denim trend has been hard to pull off, with Canadian tuxedos being more of a joke than anything, the classic fabric will reach new heights next year. The trick will be to wear different washes and colors together to offer up a lot of versatility and make the look work. But it's not just about light washes or distressed details when it comes to denim being dominant in 2018 either. We can also count on the styling to have a throwback tinge with flared legs and more material than we've seen in years. Velvet. Another fabric coming back in vogue in 2018 will be velvet. The soft-to-the-touch texture won't just be favored during cold weather months, but will make its way into all kinds of pieces, from blazers to slip dresses to miniskirts.
This is beautiful! What is that, velvet?
While the darker-colored versions of velvet will probably still be reserved for the fall and winter months, experts predict the material will make an earlier splash thanks to brighter colors and slinkier designs. Start wearing purple. Of the many hues that will be huge in 2018, purple is poised to be among the most prominent. Shades like lavender and lilac should make their way into any number of fashion items, from pastel spring designs to more muted tones suited for the later months. And purple's pal on the color spectrum, pink, will also be a big feature of the New Year's fashion items, making the palette for 2018 both soft and spunky.
I like it. Me too.
Large floral prints. Florals aren't dowdy tablecloth fodder anymore. In the coming year, expect to see large floral prints all over your fashion magazine spreads. What you won't see as much of are the small floral prints and paisley designs that have dominated years past. The increased size and shape of the new designs will give the floral prints a more modern and fashion-forward touch that your grandma will still love. French Riviera style. The French girl chic is always in, but in 2018, it's about the French Riviera and its signature nautical looks. Styles like subtle mariner stripes, clean, minimalist lines, and shades of bright white and light blues will be a big feature of the warmer months. In other words, feel free to let your Francophile fashion flag fly in the new year.
Au revoir! Oh, they're gonna really hate me over there.
Thanks for watching. Click the list icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.